Hey, I'm Duncan Farrow, the owner of Farrow Built. Yeah, originally I came from northern BC. I grew up in a tiny little place called East Pine, small town type feel. Went to school in Dawson Creek up there and ended up coming here to the Okanagan Shuswap area. So the way I got into construction was I kind of happened into it a little bit. So where I grew up in northern BC is like all oil field, like natural gas and oil. And so everyone's into that sort of thing and not really into, there's people in construction, but it's not like everybody's like, oh, you want to make money, you go in the oil field, right? My dad was in the natural gas industry and that was kind of the career path that I figured I would be taking. It ended up that life changed a lot from there. I ended up getting into oil and gas a little bit. I went to school for a bit. I did 1 year of engineering at Grand Prairie College. And then I ended up working in Alberta in the oil and gas industry. I worked on the rigs, vac trucks for a little bit, both for a very short time. And after that, I ended up getting into construction, originally doing installing gutters and windows in houses. I wanted to move to Calgary, and a guy had offered me a framing job in Calgary, so that's where I initially got into framing. I called him up one day, I said, hey, I want to move to Calgary. And he had a framing job there, and he said, we could use you, but construction's up and down. I can't guarantee you steady employment. I said, no problem. I'll come. If you got work, you got work. If you don't, I'll find something else. So I went to Calgary, started framing houses, and I was green as grass. I didn't know how to do a thing. I think I'd used an air nailer a couple times. I did know how to use a skill saw, but as far as construction goes, like even reading a tape, wasn't great at that, and learned from the ground up there with him. So that's how I originally got into construction. The reason I eventually started Farrow Built after working in framing and construction industry for a number of years, realistically, I just wanted to make more money. A couple different reasons actually. One was I wanted to make more money, but another one that really pushed me over the edge, because I was making pretty good money at the time I did start Farrow Built, and what really pushed me over the edge was I got married and I was working out of town all the time, and I was like, why am I working out of town when I just got married? Like, I might as well not even be married. I'm just away all the time. So that ended up pushing me into starting the business sooner than I would have otherwise, because I really had a lot of fun and enjoyed where I was working at. I was working on the road all over Saskatchewan and Alberta. It was a lot of fun building pole barns all over the place. When you're married, if you want to stay married, you can't really do that forever. I mean, some people do, but not the way that our relationship was. So yeah, that pushed me to start Farrow Built, and we ended up starting in Vancouver, framing on some condos. We got some subcontract framing jobs, started framing there, did a little house framing in Squamish, and then ended up in Vernon framing houses in Vernon, British Columbia, and then got into more and more back into the, the post frame buildings and agricultural buildings type of thing, shops, barns, garages like we do today, and the roofing as well. I would say that, my favorite part of my day-to-day right now with running Farrow Built, operating this company, is just the little wins that we get along the way, little successes. So like, just before we started to shoot this video, one of our sales guys texted and said he just got another sale and stuff like that. Like, it's really cool. It's cool to see people succeeding, doing well at their job. Another success that we really like, finishing up a job on time or ahead of time, getting that review, 5-star review from a customer, like stuff like that really makes my day to see like, hey, we're putting the right things in place, the right people in the right places, and we're building a company that's actually working and people are winning and succeeding and creating success for themselves and for their family. I just was reviewing a few things and realized, we've got employees that are making over 120 grand a year here. That's part of the success of it. That's what's fun. That's what makes it fun to me. If everybody was just miserable and, gotta go to work again, it wouldn't be that fun. But people love showing up here, they have fun showing up here, and they're working towards their goals, their ambitions. They're able to support their families by working here. So it's great, a lot of fun, and I enjoy working with everyone that I work with.